Welcome to We Are PPS, where we sit down to talk with the staff, students, and community partners working to make Pittsburgh Public Schools one of America's premier school districts, student-focused, well-managed, and innovative. I'm your host, Ebony Pugh, and I have the pleasure of sitting down today with Dr. Jala Olds-Pearson, the district's Chief Academic Officer. How are you doing, Dr. Olds-Pearson?
Good morning. I'm doing well. It's great to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us. Now, I know you're relatively new in terms of with PPS, but certainly not new to education. Could you tell us a little bit about your journey here and what brought you here to be with the district?
Absolutely. So I actually was born and raised in Pittsburgh, and I moved to Philadelphia at the age of 22, where I began my career in the school district of Philadelphia. And then eventually I went on to serve in Chester Upland School District briefly, and then back to School District of Philadelphia before coming to Pittsburgh. So I have deep roots here. My family is still here, my parents, my older sister and aunts and uncles and so on. So it's just wonderful to come back home.
Yeah, we're definitely glad you're back because there's so much that's been going on since your arrival. To support school districts in addressing the unfinished learning of students post-pandemic, districts across the country have been leveraging elementary and secondary school emergency relief funds, also known as ESSER. Mm-hmm. In PPS, a good portion of these funds are being used to update the district's curriculum. Can you speak to the areas where students are benefiting from new curriculum?
Absolutely. So we've taken advantage of the opportunity to update the curriculum in almost all content areas, from English language arts, mathematics, science, social studies, world languages, and ESL. So we're really excited because what this does is it gives us an opportunity to purchase instructional materials and develop curriculum that's aligned to current research.
And I know that there's been some curriculum has been in place for many years, so I know it's much needed that those updates are occurring. As you have shared, there has been much investment also in updating the reading curriculum, reading and to support an approach to instruction known as the science of reading. Mm-hmm. Why are school districts across the state, including the district, transitioning to this approach?
The science of reading involves 5 decades of research, interdisciplinary research on the best ways to educate students in reading, making sure that all students can read. And so why across the country you see districts adopting the science of reading and the approaches that are in the research is because we can't ignore the resounding evidence that students really do prosper and learn well how to read when they experience structured literacy.
Now, this approach, how has the district supported teachers who may have now are using a different approach than before?
So we've embarked upon a year-long professional development series, ensuring that our teachers understand each of the components of structured literacy. We adopted, with the support and help of our instructional materials review team, we adopted a new curriculum, a new instructional materials program, which actually supports the science of reading. And so by providing professional learning, not just on our new open court curriculum, but on the science of reading that's being taught through the use of open court, we've actually begun to help our teachers understand not only what it is, but how to actually implement the science of reading, which they're doing every single day. We're really proud of all the professional learning. Myself and the English language arts team has gone out to schools, getting into every classroom, taking a look at how the implementation is going, and we're just moving forward with leaps and bounds. We have some spaces where our teachers need a little bit more support with the new curriculum, obviously, and we have some spaces that could certainly serve as models at this point. So the professional learning doesn't stop. We will continue providing professional learning throughout this school year as well as next school year as well, and also in the summer.
And as you said, you shared, we have been adopting curriculum across the district, and choosing a curriculum is a big deal. Mm-hmm. So how do you approach getting all stakeholders to the table in terms of making those decisions?
So the Pittsburgh Public Schools board policy around instructional materials review includes all stakeholders, community members, board members, parents, students, and staff. And so with that, it's wonderful because we have the representation of everyone. And so when we actually work together with the instructional review team for K through 5 English language arts, it was wonderful. We had, oh my God, I can't even count the number of participants. Well over 50, I think like maybe 80 some odd participants on that committee. In addition to that, we had someone from our special education team, team members from that team members from English as a second language, team members who basically went from K through 5. So we had full support and involvement from all stakeholders, but also from all voices. Our LGBTQ community, there was also involvement there, and so we had a team member who was there to provide that lens. So that's what made the committee so effective, because we had the input from all those different distinct groups. And I think as a result, we ended up with a resource that everyone felt was a really strong one.
Yeah, and then we encourage the community, just so you know, that whenever there are these opportunities, we are make sure, I think there's actually currently one even maybe right now going on. If you visit the district's website, you check out our social media, you'll find information on how you can sign up for one of these committees.
Absolutely. And just to shed some light on the adoptions, the reviews that we've embarked upon just this school year alone, it includes 6 through 12 English language arts, K through 8 mathematics, ethnic studies, world languages, English as a second language, and 6th through 7th grade social studies. So we're busy making sure that our students have the best that we can provide, and that we have the resources and the support for our teachers that they need to have a positive impact on student outcomes.
Yes, and students and parents also receive a slight stipend support for coming out to these. So we really want our families and our students to be involved in those selection committees.
Oh, absolutely. And we've had some of the committees that are a little bit larger than others. Mm-hmm. So we've been really accommodating in terms of where and how parents and community members and teachers and staff can actually access and participate. So most of our meetings have been hybrid. Okay. So that individuals that can come in person, that's wonderful, because they get to actually be hands-on and touch the materials and see the presentations in person. However, for those individuals that can't come in person, we still need your input, right? And so they're able to log in and fully participate and watch the presentations and also score.
Yes, that's awesome. Now, we have heard from students over the years the need for financial literacy. They, just learning how to manage their money. This year, students across the district are benefiting from a new financial literacy course, which is now a required course for students. Why was it so important to introduce this course to our students?
It's so important because it's life-changing for students. We know that many students, and you could even talk about some adults who are in debt or were in debt because they did not have financial literacy. And so we don't want our students to leave high school, go off to college or the workforce, and to get in debt. Financial literacy is critical. For far too long, students who had access to financial literacy were those students who had higher socioeconomic status and live in communities and around folks who educated them. But we have an obligation as a district to educate our students and prepare them for life after college. And so I'm really excited about our financial literacy course. I'm also excited because Pittsburgh is a trailblazer. We actually started our course before the state even made it a mandate. And so we're actually ahead of everybody else. Not that we always strive to be first doing something just to be first, but we're first at doing something that students really need.
Yes. And yeah, we like being first. That's right. Now, another piece that it was new last year, and I just want to get families kind of ready is, again, we're going to be heading into the end of school year and summer reading. So I just want families, that was an initiative that we decided to take in terms of leading a summer reading program.
Yes.
And what prompted that?
So in having conversations with our English Language Arts team, Dr. Ann Fillmore, our Executive Director for English Language Arts in particular, we talked about our partnership with the Carnegie Library, which is a fabulous partnership. And I wanted to know more about what we as PPS staff members and teams, what have we done, just to really push and support and promote reading across the summer in addition to our partnership. And so what we were able to put together, and again, I have to applaud our executive director for the work that she did with her team and put together incentives for students to read, put together activities related to the reading, and an opportunity for parents and families to upload pictures, to actually share the activities, which were really fun, that really supported students reading over the summer. And it just made my heart sing to take a look at what our families shared, to see them at the ballpark, to see them on different excursions related to reading, as well as an incentive. And so this year we're going to be partnering with the Carnegie Library again, as we did last year, but we will also have our PPS Summer Reading Initiative, and I'm just looking forward to seeing it grow. I hope all of our students take advantage of it because it was absolutely fabulous.
It was, and we'll definitely be getting that information out to families, and we have more exciting partnerships coming up with the Carnegie Library, and hopefully we'll aim to have them on to talk about those future opportunities that are coming up that we're very excited about. So Dr. Olds-Pearson, there's so much more we could talk to you about, but and we'll have to bring you back for sure. But before you go, is there anything you want to share about what's going on that you think we may have missed today?
Just we're doing some really exciting things in PPS, in particular making sure that we focus on students that have been historically underserved. I definitely know that we're going to go even deeper into that work in the upcoming school year. So I'm really proud of that. Because we're not just looking at all students as a whole. Equity means that we're giving all students what they need. And so I just want to just ask everybody, stay tuned, and just know that we are not trying to do business as usual. It is not status quo. We're really raising the bar.
Well, thank you so much for providing this valuable update to our listeners. Be sure to tune in with us next time. And if you enjoyed this program, be sure to give us a thumbs up or 4 stars on whatever 5 stars or wherever you're listening to. All right, we'll be back for the next one. Thank you all. Have a good one. Bye.